there are different kinds of care to the point that people sometimes just don't care because their nerves are so tense, their muscles are so tired, or they have exercised so much there's lactic acid and stress not relieved. And then they work with the what somebody has called the sexiness in the air, yeah, because there are circadian rhythms, so to speak. If you consider that water as a medium can't see the fish can't see water. We are all on Earth, and there's a certain humidity in the air. Water, when it evaporates, it becomes vapor, and then over time forms a clouds, and then it rains. But between the rain and the water surface is this invisible water vapor, tiny. We even sweat. We can't see how the sweat is then mingling with the air and making the air humid. And when we humans breathe, when our cells, tissues, organ systems breathe, they have their own swirly effect on the air, which Van Gogh, VAN space GOGH, he's a painter, he's a famous painter. He represented this idea in his paintings, swirlies, and they have an effect. Those swirlies have an effect on our skin. They kind of rub us in a certain way. Sometimes rubbing us the wrong way, sometimes the right way. And there's a certain sexiness on our skin from the friction of air, earth, water, fire, spirit, space. They all have their own swirlies, effects from things moving, yeah, molecules moving. They all have their spin, quarks. Okay, quarks are tiny particles inside, say, protons, neutrons, electrons, which are inside the nucleus. Okay, yeah, in an atom. Atom has protons, neutrons, electrons, positrons, different kinds of things. And atoms form molecules, and molecules form compound molecules. And a human body is a compound macroparticle, yeah? Many compounds in different layers, tissues, cells, organ systems. And when there are so many things moving inside a body and outside, and they are rubbing against each other in many ways, there's a certain sexiness. And a lot of people don't know how to scratch themselves or know that the tension on their skin is coming from being part of Earth and not knowing that when we have a bath, we sometimes just rub off a little bit of that. Along with that, some of the cells also, old cells, slough off. Yeah, that's also how we maintain some of the tissue tension. We are fresh. A little bit of the sexiness, a little bit kind of get rubs. But sometimes, not knowing how to deal with that, we use scrub like